Hello and welcome back to the 25Ks in GeoGuessr. This week, after doing Europe last week, we're going to switch over to Asia again. And I've thought about this for a while. What country could I do next? There's countries that are super easy like Singapore. There's countries that are going to be super hard like Cambodia or Indonesia. And then I thought, why not do a country that I'm already somewhat good at, but that a lot of people struggle with, not in getting the correct country, but maybe with pinpointing or stuff like that. So I've decided to settle for Kyrgyzstan, a country we played in Reddit League Season 2 that I personally really enjoyed practicing for, and I think I did quite well in it. Apart from the fact that my opponents got yellow carded and then got red carded, so the match didn't matter at all. Apart from that, I'm not going to go over everything about Kyrgyzstan in this video. I really recommend you check out the Reddit League video I did last season. On Kyrgyzstan, I explain a lot of the things there, and I'm going to link you to it in the description. Because there's a lot of things you can do in Kyrgyzstan, from metagaming in the sense that which direction does the car drive? Does it drive to Bishkek? Does it drive away from Bishkek? Which sort of position the sun is in? What is the weather? What sort of time of day? I mean, that I guess is the position of the sun, but you know what I mean. And then you've got other things such as which phone numbers, for example, is probably the more metagamey type of information, but also just lots of landscape that just gives away the region you're in. But we're hopefully going to get a good seed, and I can show off some of that. I'll probably, if I find some phone numbers during the game, I'll go over them quickly. It's pretty much only a few of them. And then I'm going to show you those in there. But yeah, watch the Reddit League video. I go at the end of it, I go over a lot of different areas of Kyrgyzstan that are quite distinct and show off some of the more interesting spots that I found during my practices. But for now, as you can see here, no one's 25k'd Kyrgyzstan yet, so that's going to be fun. I hope we're going to get a seed that makes it possible at least. There are quite a few areas of Kyrgyzstan that are cut off in coverage, in that you can't really move that far, which is probably going to make 25k'ing it impossible if you do get such a location, unless you know exactly where it is. But we'll just see. I've talked for long enough. Let's get into Kyrgyzstan. Challenge, no time limit. And let's go. All right, long loading times, not ideal. Okay. All right, you've got the typical Kyrgyz car, but yeah, the loading times really aren't ideal. I might have to do something about that between rounds 1 and 2, because this is awful. Actually, one thing I can do right now is I can do that. Just minimizing my recording software on the other monitor. That already improved it a bit. All right. So this is kind of the area of Kyrgyzstan I least enjoy being in. Probably the most realistic to 5k because, well, you're in a city. But at the same time, it just has a lot of areas that look the same pretty much to me. What does that say? What exactly was that? Was that a G? No, it wasn't a G. Okay. You know what? Let's quickly spend the time to actually figure out what the hell that letter is. I need it so often anyway. An L. Okay. Wait, then what was that? I thought that was an L. That's also an L. Oh no, that was just that to begin with. I know I'm wasting a lot of time here, but it's probably necessary for me to understand what this says. This is just a general method you can do when you're not sure, just comparing these to whatever it says on the sign here. The prerequisite for that is though that you actually find them. And I don't. So we're just going to continue. Generally, this kind of landscape that you see here is something you might find in either around Bishkek here, or around Isikul, or down here near Osh. I think with the way this looks to the north here, once it does load, that we're I can't really say too much. We've definitely got a lot of mountains to our south, which do feel familiar to me. It's the same symbol again. Is it a P? Petrovka? That would fit, I think. Could be a P. I don't think I've got anything else in my head that would be a P in Cyrillic, so I'm just going to work into that assumption. Generally, having played Kyrgyzstan for a while, there's a sort of way, there's a direction that you kind of feel more comfortable in going in. I think for me that usually was west and north, but I'm not sure anymore since it has been quite a while since Reddit League Season 2. And, you know, I haven't really played Kyrgyzstan at all since then. Actually, you know what? Since we're here and we see a few banners, is there a phone number here? Nothing that's an area code. Generally, I'm going to show you an area code if I find it. Generally starts with 3. And then the second number is the important one you want to look at. I mean, I can talk about it right now because we're not finding anything else anyway. 3-1, Bishkek and surrounding area. 3-2, Osh. 3-4 is Talas. I should probably show you on the map. 3-1, 3-2, 3-4, 3-5, Narin. 3-7, Jalalabad. 3-9, Karakol. That's it, pretty much. Yeah, there's not a lot here, unfortunately. All of the posters here don't have any area codes on them. But even if they did, I don't really think they would help me a lot. Whoa, oops. Yeah, my mouse is dying pretty much. I'm gonna have to replace it eventually. Velovodskoye? That's Velovodskoye. There it is. Yeah. So it's kind of like what I was talking about before is one of those options. In this case, we're here. And the reason why I dislike that specifically is because that's quite a large area for you to be in with no real distinctive features. Like pretty much here looks exactly the same as here. And we're on a very long stretch of road. And if I'm correct, this should be, well, I mean, obviously, this is the entrance to Velovodskoye. Don't read the English transliteration. The Russian is better. Do we have that? Yeah, this is that gas station. So we know we're here right now. The question is, how far did we travel? And probably the best way to find that out. Oh, wait, what? Did you actually put me back? Yes, it did put me back. So next to another Moscow gas station. It could be this one. There is a road right in front of it that goes north here. So that would fit, and looking down at the street, it would make a curve here, which it doesn't really. What was that? Nothing important. Okay. Just kind of keeps going west, and then eventually it makes a curve towards the northwest. Okay. And then it curves back towards the south, but a pretty sharp curve. Okay. I mean, that does fit though. Here you have that sort of a bit south, the northwest, and then a sharp curve towards the southwest. It could also be this though. I think that's actually more accurate. That also fits better with the proximity between the gas station and this road. In which case, I should quickly go east and confirm that. Let's see how long it takes and what the next turn is. Yep, it's perfect. And we're just next to that, so I'm going to put my marker down here and hope that it's close enough. Yes, 5k, round 1. Okay, this is an interesting area. Purely first glance, very important here, these mountains. Now I might be wrong here, but my immediate reaction, Narin. Could really be, realistically, be either side. But this is what the area there looks like, because there's a river right there. And we'll see if I can, we'll check if I can see that somewhere. Although there's a lot of things here that potentially have a phone number on them. I can't read that. No, doesn't look like it. What about this? Looks like 773, which is not an area code. What did we have here? 707 is also not an area code. Skydome, Bishkek. With Kyrgyzstan being not exactly the biggest country, it's not exactly unusual to find advertisements for the capital anywhere within the country. There is one other place that can potentially look very similar to Narin, or to the Narin area in general, which I'm now worried about looking at here, which is basically the area south of Bishkek. It's probably the area I'm least familiar with in Kyrgyzstan, because it's relatively extensive. If you look at it here, there's like this whole area here that is pretty much covered, but there's just nothing really that stands out about it a lot. What do we have here? 312. So it is the Bishkek area code. So we might actually be in that area. Are we actually in just central Bishkek? I've not really been in central Bishkek a lot. Could that be a thing? I mean, there's not really, like, northern Bishkek looks different, and there's not really any mountains here to the north of us. So if anything, we'd have to be somewhere down here. But I'm just going to keep going for a bit and we'll check it out. But at this at this point, it's definitely too big to be Narin. That's the main issue. The city is just too big. The area code just supports that assessment. There's something that was said on some of the sign. This was the sign I wanted to look at again. Hospitality. I mean, it does say CBT Narin. Is Narin really that big? Oops, zoom in at the right place. There you go. I mean, maybe. What is that? The Tourist Information Office, 200 meters to the east. Yeah, you know what? Let me actually go this way. Out of the city. But yeah, I did feel it was Narin, which is why the area code confused me. So area codes, oh yeah, this is 100% Narin. Yeah, area codes can be a bit deceiving because, well, sometimes they just refer, or they belong to a business that just isn't located where you are right now. Okay, getting stuck here a bit. Have to return to the start for that. What is that gas station? That's just a Kyrgyz Munai? Something like that. Do we have a gas station like that here? It's Gazprom, although sometimes it's not exactly the same gas station on the map as you have in Street View, because gas stations change ownership occasionally. And wait, what was that? And Google Street View imagery can be quite old. Porn. Not something I've seen. Okay, this is just annoying now. Let's look. I mean, this is a straight west-east road. Let's maybe do it this way. If we go east, get to another gas station. This time it's a Gazprom. And there was one here. And I mean, I think this does generally fit. Just, yeah, road direction. I mean, this looks very straight. I have to be honest, but if you look that way, it might bend a bit. What do we have here? Just more gas stations that might or might not show up. Okay. Got a lot of buildings here. The problem is, not a lot of them show up on the map. Got another A3C Petroleum. That should... Okay, come on, load. That should show up eventually if we keep going this way. There's kind of a hole in... I mean, not really a hole, but there's a lot less buildings close to the street here. Wait, what did that sign say on the telephone pole here? That wouldn't be the street name now, would it? No. I mean, if it is, then I'm in the wrong place. But I don't think it is. What is that? There's an A3C. I mean, in this case, this looks like it's north and this is south. But do you have a road here that goes north? There's another... I think that was another... No, no, that's just one of the other ones. One of the ones that we have near our spawn point. And then it looks like this is sort of the main building in Narin. Which, looking through it here, which would be... It's hard to say. There's nothing really that stands out. Looking through it on the map. Maybe this? I don't really know what that is. This is probably the gas station that we found just previously. Either this or this, and both of them have that road going to the north, which would mean the building we're currently in front of is potentially this. I think it fits just about with the area. But it's really hard to tell. If I keep going east, it bends a bit to the south. I mean, it makes sense if it were here, actually. But not just there yet. At the Aga Khan Foundation Smart Park. And that's the music academy. I mean, if those two were the buildings, then definitely that would make sense as well. Here it goes back more towards west-east. This all sort of doesn't really fit okay, this is just straight up this now, I think. That was this curve where it went more. Okay, you know what? We have to be somewhere over there. The question is, where exactly? If we were here, there should be a sort of a curve. But it just doesn't look like there is. And then the coverage just ends here. Actually, though, that looks like it might be a curve. The problem is just... Would that then be this gas station? Would we have spawned here? Where is that big road that supposedly goes north here? And the Apple Tree Park. That's the thing I want to know. It's a Gazprom. That was indeed this. Then there should be a road, something like this here. It goes south. Then another one going north here. That sort of fits as this road. Let me go over here. I mean, with a lot of imagination, you go over here. That's, by the way, the river I was talking about earlier that we just didn't get to see at all. But we're actually really close here to the river. which kind of worries me a bit, because it makes me feel we might be closer to here, because the river is quite far away from here. Okay, and it makes sort of a curve south here, which, I mean, realistically is either this or this. And we have a gas station here that would probably also fit the bill for what we've seen. And there's also this other route that the way takes here. Go a bit over. There's another road to the south. But we can continue going east. There's another road to the south. If this is indeed where I think it is, then this way should continue on for a long, long time. And just looking at this, it doesn't. However, this just looks like it would be this. Maybe just there's a couple of roads that aren't on the map here. Because if we go north here and we continue this way, okay, no, it ends here and goes south. This is really difficult. Alright, you know what, we'll follow this for now. But then it continues here, going east, just a bit further south. There's a river again. It makes sort of slight bend here. That would fit with this bend, in theory. If we follow that, where do we get? We get to just a bunch of split ups in the road, presumably. There's one north. And we're getting into a more populated area now, where we've actually got loads of cars. Okay, what on earth is going on here? Why are there so many cars? There's a car from Germany here. Okay. But it doesn't continue. I mean, it makes sense why it doesn't continue. I wouldn't want to drive through that either. But yeah, this looks like it would be here. Which means we did generally come north here. I'm pretty sure of that. Not 100%, but 95%. Which means, how far away was that? It wasn't, was it this gas station? It was this gas station, wasn't it? No. No, it wasn't. It was this one. Here we went north. So this one should be the same as this, which means the other gas station just isn't here. I would assume, actually, let me go over this way again. Is this potentially this? Now we're here somewhere. I don't think it's unthinkable. Alright. What is this? Automoica? I mean, it's close. You don't really have anything else here. I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to a guess. The discrepancy between map and actual street view coverage is too big for me to be 100% sure. I think we're actually relatively close to this. Probably closer. Let me check that out. 1, 2, 3, 4 roughly. And the other direction, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same way, roughly. So it could actually be that building. Which to me means that's that. Slightly over here. I think that could be a decent guess. Actually, here, over here. I think this might be this little entranceway here. I mean, that's a pretty big assumption there. I think this could be this road up there. And then we've got something over here. This, I mean, that's just a bus station, isn't it? But sort of like this, maybe. And then with just a gas station here that's just not in the picture, but we would be a bit closer to here, I think. And we're just going to go with that. 400 meters. Huh. It was actually one further over there that we went up. Okay, and then we went up here, interestingly. All right. Huh. This doesn't quite reflect what I saw in Street View, but okay. Interesting. All right. Yeah, okay. What? So we theoretically went up this way, and we just never got to there. That's why I didn't, didn't realize or didn't recognize it anywhere. Okay. So 25k is off the table now. What can we find here? What do we have? Well, Cyrillic. Don't think that was anything important. Bishkek Petroleum. I would assume that's all over the country, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it isn't. This area generally looks like here, that sort of area, which can be a bit tricky to pinpoint as well. There we've got a sign, Kizilsu. Well, isn't that lovely? Isn't that the exact place I clicked on? Brilliant. All right, I was worried the video was going to be terrible after that round 2, but honestly, I'm happy with that. So we're in Kizilsu. The question now is, where exactly? We've got a football pitch here. People enjoying their football. Let me actually go the opposite way. I want to get a grasp on whereabouts in the city we are. In respect to either end of it. I think we're closer to the east end, but we might actually not be. There's a lot of flags there. I mean, they're not really flags, they're just red. I mean, I guess they might be flags. Not exactly sure on the definition of flags. Okay, and there is eventually a curve to the north here, which is just this one. That crosses a river here. Yeah. Okay, I think we travel quite a distance to get there though. And in the other direction, we got to the end of the city very quickly. There's the Bishkek Petroleum, so we're quite a bit further down here. Now, is there any business here that I can use? There's a little shop here. Is that... I mean, that might be Isikkur. It says Isikkur magazine, which is the Russian word for supermarket, I'm pretty sure. So it isn't... Oh yeah, I was thinking P, not G. Never mind. I think that could be it. There's a road north past it. And then there should be one road to the south next. Which could be this. It's hard to tell here. It could also be this here. And then the next one should be north. Which would be right around here somewhere. here. And then we have one more street south, maybe here. And then we should be about to hit the Bishkek Petroleum. Yeah. So if anything, wait, there's one small side street north. Here. Does it have a corresponding street to the south? No, that's these two, isn't it? That's this one and this one. So further west, right around here. I think that should do it. Yeah, 3 meters. Okay, that was a lot more satisfying than round 2. Ooh, that's an interesting area. Right from the get-go, I'm not entirely sure where this is. This is a... Oh god. I remember this place, but I don't remember where it is. I always hate that. Alright, well... Actually, you know what I want to do? Although, let me just quickly get to the exit of the city / town here, and let me see if there's something that would just shorten this process by a whole lot. Something like a town name. This does not look like a town name. This, on the other hand, does look like a town name. Let me look at this. Ak something. Not a rare name. Looking at this place here, but I don't think it is it. Which are possible locations for this place? Here, potentially. No. Not down there. Potentially up here somewhere, but I don't think so. Not here. Not here. I'm struggling to find a suitable place. I mean, it's this, but I'm pretty sure there is no coverage here. And I'm also pretty sure there's places that have names that appear multiple times in Kyrgyzstan. So I'd rather not. I mean, I've placed my marker here because why not? It's not like I have any other alternative right now, but I do not think that this is it. Although the area in and of itself does not look like it couldn't be. I might be in with a better chance if I walk the other way. Slightly based on gut instinct, but although like everything I'm seeing here does sort of fit. I mean, all of this, but the direction is just wrong. So it can't be here, even if it did have coverage, which it doesn't. Unless it's new, which it's not. What do we have here? That's a lot of complicated letters. It's always nice when, you know, the Cyrillic has nothing to do with what the actual town name is. Also, a lot of the town names. Oh, I think I have a... All of the memories are flooding back into my brain, but I just can't piece them together to figure out where exactly it is. What about over here? What about over here? Not here. Where was it? I just can't make it work. Okay, there's nothing important. Just keep going for a bit. Tau. It's also something that is in my mind saved as a name, but I don't have anything to associate it with. What about over here? Also think that doesn't have coverage. Not all the way over there. Okay, let's continue. I'm very interested now at this point of where this is. Got a bridge over the river here. Does this say? Nothing. The river is probably important. But Kyrgyzstan has a lot of rivers. And unfortunately, a lot of them are placed relatively close to Street View coverage. This doesn't help me. That's just the same signs we've seen before. I mean, at the end of the day, if I just go far enough, I'm going to get to something I recognize. One more idea. What about up here? Anything? No. That's winter coverage. That fits in sort of the general theme of being between mountains, being next to a river. But there's no town anywhere near there. So I don't think it could be that. It's also getting slower again, which is annoying. Probably have to make that quick cut that I was talking about earlier after this round. Because it's getting close to unplayable here. But it should be fine for this round. Okay, we're now generally getting into the territory where it does look incredibly similar to this. I'm so confused by this round. We have here the Karasu. It is that river. Like genuinely. Oh no, that's the Karabalta river. Where's the Karasu river? Just to confirm that it's not this river. No, obviously not. This all doesn't have coverage, but it is the right river. Okay. Where does that river come from and where does it go? It's the Narin River from here. Okay. It actually generally might be our starting point here. I did not remember that this place had coverage. Is this? Oh yeah, it probably has always been here. And now that I think about it, I do remember there being some weird coverage up here that I've just never had anywhere before. And looking back at the starting location, actually this is not where I thought we started. I thought we started on the bridge over here. So this is the bridge. And just a bit south of it, there's another... Actually, there's another bridge there. Which is... kind of not here anywhere. Makes a curve. A complete U-turn, actually. Which is not here. Oh, are we here? Here we do have a U-turn. That might make more sense. Let me go across here. There's probably going to be another U-turn right here. Yes, and it's going to go like that. Okay, that makes more sense. And we're just before that turn. More so in that turn. I think this will do. 44 meters. Close. All right. I'll make a quick cut here. I'll be right back. All right. I mean, you can see it on the timer there. It's about 20 seconds. Well, let's get into the last round. Okay. Beautifully empty place. North-south though, pretty much the street. Interesting. Do we have something here? Yes, we have something here. Kashkasu. Oops. No reason for me to go into China. Let me actually have a look around here. What does this look like? Okay. Here. Maybe? Not quite. I was thinking of this area here, but the name doesn't appear, so maybe not. What about... what are other places this could reasonably be? What about south of Bishkek? It's still loading super slowly, which is annoying. No. Karasu. Kashkasu, there it is. Alright. Yep. That makes sense. Lots of empty area. South of Bishkek. And some very high mountains. So we're south of the city entrance. But there's not really a lot to help me pinpoint here, is there? I think I've actually had a location like this before. It might not have been this exact location, but very close by. This is a canal that runs alongside the street here. That is surprisingly also shown on the map, and it bends away as soon as we get into town. So this is right where we are now. I think right about here does fit roughly. And I mean, I'd do more accurate pinpointing if we were still on for a 25k, but I actually think we might be a bit... no, actually. We could even be a bit more north, to be honest. There are no there are buildings back there behind all those trees. There's no way. Actually, probably here then, right? Because of that lack of buildings there. Let's go with that. Oh, 266 meters over there. Okay, it was this lack of buildings here. Okay, I just didn't see any lake. That's why I was kind of hesitant to put us so far south. But okay. I mean, 24,938 isn't bad for Kyrgyzstan. It's not in the high scores. It's not even in the friends high scores. But I'm relatively happy with that. We had some pretty difficult locations there, especially round 4. I think is a location that I've just never really had. I mean, an area that I've never really had before in Kyrgyzstan. So I'm not unhappy. And 25k was always going to be extremely difficult in Kyrgyzstan. The only thing I might have been unhappy about was the Narin era in round 2, but you know, that's just unfortunate street view coverage and Google Map combination of it's just really hard to tell where exactly you are. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.